Hello to my truth and freedom seekers. I am Payman Motahede, the president of Freedom Law School, and for over 30 years I have not filed and paid any federal income taxes, never been to prison, and none of my students have been in trouble if they followed me correctly. The common question I get asked by people is this: I just received a W-2 or 1099 form from my employer or third party that I work for. Well, based upon that, it looks like I need to file a 1040 income tax form so I won't be in trouble with the IRS. Is that the case? No, that is wrong. If you've not been to our website, freedomlawschool.org, you are going to want to do that, but let's go to your question, and I will answer that question for you clearly why you need not file a 1040 income tax confession trap form, whether you receive one or more W-2 or 1099 or even K-1 forms from other third parties that a copy was sent to the IRS. So let's take a look at this form. Here's a W-2 form, and here's a 1099 form that they fill out, and employers typically send out to the IRS about how much they pay to people. Okay? Now, the thing is that I bet you believe that filing an income tax form is a safe way to avoid IRS audits and keep yourself out of prison for taxes. I know that's what you think, but guess what? I invite you all to think again, because as you will see in this presentation, when you sign a 1040 income tax form, you unwittingly increase your chances of going to prison for taxes when you sign under penalties of perjury that your 1040 form is true, correct, and complete. Yes, the fact is that the safest way to have the IRS leave you alone is to not file any 1040 income tax confession forms with the IRS. You see, when you file and sign the IRS 1040 form, it's a confession form, and you state under oath that you owe the IRS money. As amazing as it sounds, here it is. This is a 1040 form, and it says in big print on the second page, sign here. Sign here. Oh, but there's a little small fine print next to it. Ever read that? What does this stuff say? Oh, nobody pays attention. Your accountant, CPA, tax attorney says, that's okay. Go ahead and sign it. Trust me, my pungent friend. Okay? Well, guess what? Did they ever tell you? When you sign that form, you're signing it under penalties of perjury, under oath. What does that mean? Penalties of perjury. I don't like penalties. That's lying under oath. Technically, you put the rope around your neck, and you're saying to the IRS, throw me in prison. If everything on this form is not true, correct, and complete, that you don't understand, your tax accountant, CPA, HR block, someone else put that together for you, they should be going to prison. No, you risk going to prison when you sign that form. And look at that on the form. You say amount that you owe under oath on line 37. Yes, on line 37, this is the amount that you owe. You say that how much you owe the IRS. Right here, the dollar amounts under oath. Without that, you owe IRS nothing. IRS must start a proposal to you, give you a chance to challenge him in U.S. tax court with a full-blown trial if you don't sign this piece of paper, if you don't put the rope around your neck, under penalties of perjury that you've been deceived to sign every year religiously. You see, what you didn't know, again, that you are at risk of being charged with 3 separate tax crimes at the same time for each 1040 form you sign and file with the IRS. They're right here attempting to evade or defeat a tax. 5 years. Yes. Filing a fraudulent or false statements. 3 years. How about this one? Filing fraudulent returns or statements or the documents, another 1 year. It's all the same stuff, just repeating it, but they add charge after charge, right? So bottom line is you risk going to prison for up to 9 years for each year that you sign and file any other tax document with the crooked, it's really slavery IRS. Don't do it. And here's a chart from IRS's own annual report that most people that they put in prison are people who filed 10 for income tax confession forms. Look at the column on the left, 2022. About 1,268 people they sentenced to prison. But guess what? The non-filers were less than 100. Yes. Look at the circular areas of this chart, okay? Vast number of people they put in prison are those that file 1040 income tax forms because they've been deceived to do so by propaganda, advertising, CPA, accountants, the media that lies to you to keep you as a slave. Yes. You see, the fact is that the number of non-filers is overwhelming to the IRS. They cannot come after all of you. In 1998, IRS admitted that about 63 million Americans who they expected to file a 1040 income tax form for 1996 year did not file. That's right, 63 million, not thousand, million. Since 96, the population has risen by 25%. The number of non-filers has risen about 25%. That's how we get the number of 80 million plus non-filers. It's hard to believe, so I'm going to bring you the proof right here. There it is, the letter from the Department of the Treasury, Internal Revenue Service, Washington, D.C., September 14th, 1998. They write this guy, look at the second paragraph. What does it say? Based on our 1996 tax filing program, we estimate, they don't even know, they're guessing that approximately there are 63 million taxpayers who had not filed a tax return and initially would appear to have a legal requirement to file. Where they get that number? Well, this estimate of the IRS is based on data available to the IRS service on the individual master file. The W-2 form, the 1099 form that are sent to the IRS, that's how they come up with these numbers. And guess what? Obviously, they're not coming after 63 million Americans who don't file a tax return, putting them in prison, or taking their bank account, paycheck, home, or property. Are they? No, they're not. They can't. There's way too many of us who stop filing these 10 for income tax confession forms. So let's join this group of winners, because you see, IRS in 2017 management decided to leave income tax non-filers alone. I don't have time to go over this thing, but the report is right there. Come back to our website, freedomlawschool.org. Step 3, this is more detailed. You can see it for yourself that the IRS management decided to leave 99.9% of non-filers alone. That is a fact. That's their own numbers. You can see it. In fact, here, okay, this is another report in 2020 about the IRS that they refused to go after high-income non-filers. Yes, even extremely rich non-filers that leave alone. You just make some income from W-2 1099 is no big deal. Millionaires, no big deal. These are even bigger than millionaires. The IRS left alone on purpose. Here it is. They're so incompetent. They're so worthless at the IRS. Disorganized that the IRS gave the middle finger to the Treasury Inspector General auditors and said, no, we're not going to leave We're going to leave these people alone who each owe the IRS $100 million. That's right, 100 richest non-filers in America. We're going to leave them alone. Why? Because, as I said, when you don't file a confession from IRS, must create a tax proposal called the Notice of Deficiency. Give you a chance to challenge the IRS's numbers in the U.S. tax code. That's right. When you sign a 1040 confession form, you confessed, you owe the IRS money, and now you got to just pay it because you said you owe the IRS money. When you don't file, they got to give you the chance to go to tax court. And look at this. They have only about 31 U.S. tax court judges in America. That's it. You see all of them. There's no way they can come after 80+ million non-filers every year with only 31 judges. Now, let's go to the W-2 form and talk about it a little bit more from the IRS's own website. What does it say? It says, every employer engaged in a trade or business who pays remuneration, including non-cash payments of $600 or more for the year, okay, it says, for services performed by an employee, must file a Form W-2 for each employee. Okay. Well, guess what? The key term here is trade or business. That has a very specific legal word with a very specific legal meaning. It's not your boss. It's not you're a plumber, your electrician, your mechanic, computer programmer. Okay, no. It's not any of you. You know what that term means? It'll shock you. Ready? Here, okay? Give me a minute. I'll give it to you after showing you about 1099 and reporting payments to independent contractors. They also use this tricky word called, trade or business. If you're independent contractors, if you pay independent contractors, you may have to file a Form 1099 NEC non-employee compensation to report for services performed for your trade or business. Wow, there's that word again. Trade or business. Your trade or business. Are you involved in the trade or business? I'm telling you, you're involved in business in America for profit. This is not you. This is deception. You see, the Internal Revenue Code here, I got a paper copy in my hand. Over 10,000 pages of gobbledygook, tiny font. Okay? Teach you think, thin. Confusion, and they hid the definitions at the back. 7,701 section, so you don't read it, you just say, give up! Accountancy, pay tax attorney, please protect me from the IRS. And he says, no problem, give me your money. And I'll make some money to put a rope on your neck and make you a slave. That's how this system works. So let's look at the term trade or business. Here it is in the Title 26 Internal Revenue Code. That is this book that you saw online. That's right. This is the Bible of the IRS. The entire federal tax laws are in this book, but online. Available for free at uscode.house.gov for you all to see officially. Here's a Chapter 79 definitions, okay? And as I promised you, look at the section. 7,701 when used in this title. Again, what title? Title 26, the Internal Revenue Code is what we are reading here. And they define many, many different terms. Look at the one now they got here. We're going to go down to here, trade or business. Look at that. Trade or business includes the performance of the functions of a public office. Wow! I told you it does not include any business whatsoever. Not a mechanic, not a plumber, not an electrician, not a printer, not a computer programmer. No, someone doing government work. By the way, this is federal government work. So your boss, the company you do business with, should have never sent that W-2 or 1099 to the IRS about what they paid you in the first place to begin with. The whole system is a deep state scam, you guys. You see, these definitions are binding. This is Supreme Court of the United States, Stemick versus Carhart. Here's what it says about definitions. When a statute or law, like you just saw, includes an explicit definition, okay, like you just saw about trade or business, we must follow that definition, even if it varies from that term's ordinary meaning. That's right, trade or business usually does mean businesses, but not here. It is axiomatic, which means self-evident, obvious, that the statutory or by statute law definition of the term excludes unstated meanings of that term. Regular businesses are not listed in definition of trade business. Therefore, they're not part of the law. They're only federal offices. They got a 1099 or W-2 other people, not your boss that was deceived by his accountant, CPA, and media to send that 1099 or W-2 about you. Here's Gould versus Gould, a tax case, unanimous 1970 case, and says that there's even more explicit restrictions when it comes to tax laws. In their interpretation or understanding of statutes, laws, levying or imposing taxes, it is established rule, well known, not to extend their provisions of tax laws by implication or implying beyond the clear import of the language used, right? If it's not there, it's not there. Or to enlarge their operations of tax laws so as to embrace or include matters not specifically pointed out. Something is specifically not there. It's simply not there. And you saw regular businesses are not listed in trade or business definition or any other definition in tax laws. Okay, and in case of any doubt, the tax laws are construed or interpreted most strongly against the government's power to tax and in favor of the citizen like you not being taxed and being free. That's right. Now that you know how your employer been deceived, let me show how you've been deceived year after year to file income taxes you never owed in the first place. You see how the 1040 form instructions, okay, that the IRS publishes at the irs.gov, okay, they tell you about filing requirements correctly. I agree with the IRS that these rules apply to U.S. citizens regardless of where they live and resident aliens. Yep, that is very true. But what does the word United States mean? That's the key. You think, oh, it means me. I'm a U.S. citizen from one of the 50 states. No, they don't mean that. They mean District of Columbia. Watch, I'll prove it to you. Okay, I know it sounds incredible, but just hang in there, you see it for yourself. This 1040 U.S. individual income tax return is not for someone from one of the 50 states. It's actually a District of Columbia, okay, income tax return. It should relabel it like this. Make it a D.C. individual income tax return. I'll show you momentarily how is that, okay? Section 1 of the code, everybody knows, imposes a tax. Every accountant will tell you this is the section of the code that imposes income tax on the American people. All right? I don't disagree with that. But look at the regulations by U.S. Treasury which clarify the law and its intent for you at ecfr.org, the government's official source of U.S. Treasury regulations. Here it is. Income tax on individuals, okay? And it tells you that Section 1 of the code imposes an income tax on the income of every individual who's a citizen or resident of the United States. Yep, that's right. Well, guess what? Let's go further about this definition because it's going to become even more clear as we talk more about these sections, okay? And it says that citizens or residents of the United States liable to tax. In general, all citizens of the United States, wherever residents, okay? And all resident alien individuals are liable to the income taxes imposed by the code. Yep. Very good. Now, let's go further and it tells us this. Who is a citizen? Every person born or naturalized in the United States is subject to its singular jurisdiction is a citizen. What's that singular jurisdiction? D.C., District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., not the 50 states, subject to its jurisdiction. I'll show that to you in a minute. Look at this. Here's again, that's from Internal Code. We went over that section 7701, definitions. Remember, we talked about trade or business? Now, we're going to go and define the definition of United States, and state is also here, okay? Here it is. Let's go over state first, okay? The term state shall be construed to include the District of Columbia. Wait a minute. D.C. is not a state. California, Florida, Texas, but not D.C. Guess what? Congress can put whatever they want in definitions if they want to, and they did. They included D.C., who's not even a state, but they don't mention any of the 50 states, right? California, New York, Texas, none of them are there. And look at the United States. When used in a geographical sense, it includes only the states, which means the District of Columbia, and again, the District of Columbia. So there it is. United States means, at the end, bottom line, District of Columbia. It's D.C. citizens that have to file income tax, not the people of the 50 states. We've been deceived, folks. Yes, this is a tax return for those people in D.C., not the 50 United States that they commonly think of. Now, what you want to do, by the way, by not filing first, second thing you want to do after you stop filing a 1040 income tax confession form is this, okay? You can go to Freedom Law School's website, okay? And on the right, freedomlawschool.org, you come down to the down menu that comes down, free yourself from tax withholding, click on that, boom, you will free yourself from withholding. Fill out W-4 form correctly, exempt with your legal understanding all attached, and stop being a slave. You were never meant to be a slave. You were born free. And you can be free if you simply choose to be free from now on. Yes. So the video is here. Written instructions. The form is there. Everything you need to know. How to stop income tax stealing, withholding by your employer, to no longer send it to the IRS. Then you don't have to file anymore. Oh, I'm going to get some of my money back. That's why I got to file. You will not have that problem. From here on, 2026, that you will do this thing right now before February 15th. Do this process now, and so you don't have to file for next year. And then go to our website, freedomlawschool.org. This is where you can restore freedom for yourself, your family, take the 7 steps to regain your power and freedom. Never again voluntarily pay the Washington, D.C. swamp legally and safely. Guaranteed. That's right. It's all there for you to follow, okay? Step 1 is follow the law. I just gave you a little bit about this process, okay? There's more 7 steps to follow. Here's other videos on our Odyssey channel, Rumble, or YouTube channel. These might be other videos you might be interested more on the topics of W-2 or 1099s. You're welcome to go there. And if you have any questions, call Freedom Law School at 813-444-4800. We'll be happy to answer your questions and guide you through our website as needed, okay? So here it is, another video. So remember, the 7 steps to free yourself from income tax slavery is right there. On the front page, you click on that. And remember, step 2, don't file 1040 income tax confession forms. Step, right? It's right here. I just covered that for you briefly, but check it out in more detail. Step 3, realize that the Wizard of Oz been at work deceiving you, American people, Dorothy and your friends, to be afraid of the man behind the curtain. I've opened the curtain for you folks. It's only a bunch of incompetent, lazy, disorganized bureaucrats, okay? You are free, okay? You can see them. I'll show it to you more on our website, freedomlawschool.org, how you have more power and you can put aside the brainwashing that American people like you have suffered for decades to file income tax, be a slave that you don't have to be anymore, because you are being literally deprogrammed right here, okay? So step 3, again, as I showed you, is how to realize IRS cannot come after all of us. They will leave you alone as a non-filer. Step 4, our victories are fantastic. IRS is a big myth. You don't have to be afraid of them anymore. None of my students have gone to prison if they stop filing and paying income tax with Freedom Law School first and stayed with Freedom Law School. That's a record of success for over 23 years. And don't be afraid of the IRS, folks. You have to pay tribute to the beast. It's really slavery, folks. No, don't be one of these guys bending for the IRS. Question our authority, petition your congressman, write him about this stuff. You will not go to prison if you ask questions. And I tell you what, these petitions of us spell out the law, and none of our students that have ever been even charged with not filing income tax, because none of them have been refuted by congressmen. Not one congressman ever showed us that we're wrong about anything you saw here in our petitions that are there for more detail. All of this is for free. You can do it on your own. Yes, I love you all, and I want you to be free, and I cannot do it. You have to choose freedom for you and your family. So do it for free at freedomlawschool.org. Now, if you want to be part of Restore Freedom in America, believe in America is the greatest country on earth ever, like the founding fathers, get together, join hands, so we're more powerful to protect and defend each other and have a restoration of our republic, you have the option of joining the Restore Freedom Plan. Yes, and this way, we'll guarantee you will not go to prison. We'll guarantee we'll do all the work for you. Attorneys are paid by Freedom Law School, and if they take any of your money, anything by force, we'll refund you whatever ICE took you by force, so you have no risk whatsoever. Who else can do that for you? No one except Freedom Law School, because we're going to be together, having each other be free, and have America be a free country at the same time with peace and confidence, because we know the truth, right? So, and if something else, folks, love everybody, you know, love and spread the truth, and be a modern day Paul Revere. Restore freedom in America, okay? Tell the truth, educate the law with your friends, family members, co-workers. Text them on our website, freedomlawschool.org. Email them on our website, freedomlawschool.org, okay? Give them our brochures. Here we have these brochures, Restore Freedom brochure, and here we have the other ones called Fast Track Your Success. Same thing on the inside, just different cover. They both show you in 12 pages how no law requires 99% of Americans to file and pay income or payroll taxes. Easy to understand, big print, beautiful color brochure, folks. You will love this thing. Order for yourself, for your family members, for your coworkers for free. Call us at 813-444-4800. We mail them to you. And again, get it out there, folks. Get out to as many people you know, as many people you love that might be afraid. They say, I'm not interested. They might roll their eyes at you. Oh, no. You're one of those guys, went over the deep end, conspiracy theorist, or whatever. Listen, folks, don't worry about them. Love them anyways. That's right. Give them your love by telling them the truth. Let them see the truth with their own eyes. And guess what? Many of them will afterward come and will say to you, thank you. Without you, I'll be a slave. Thank you for continuing to remind me, continue to ask me, give me the brochure, give me the website, text it to me, listen to stuff on the drive to and from work. I listened to videos of Freedom Law School, and I found that you're right. So with that, brothers and sisters, freedom is your right. You're born with that right from our Creator. Don't let it slip out of your hands. You were looking for freedom, and you were meant to be free. You found it here at Freedom Law School. So go to our website, freedomlawschool.org. Remember, seek the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Do it, and be happy you did at Freedom Law School. All right, brothers and sisters, I'm here every Tuesday night for you. And your question you have to help you be free, not a slave. I came from Iran, people, in 1977 at age 14, just a teenager. I came to land of the free, home of the brave. So I thought. That's why I saw advertised on television, like in westerns, Wild Wild West, Clint Eastwood, John Wayne. I thought this was a free country still. Found out, oh no, we're no longer land of the free and home of the brave, but land of the meek and indentured slaves. But it doesn't have to be that way for all of us, especially for you. So take advantage of this question and answer session. Ask questions you have right now. The number's on the screen. If you have any questions, call right now at 424-552-1299. Then you press 1 on your telephone keypad. Again, 424-552-1299. And then press 1 on your telephone keypad. I'll take your question one at a time. The thing went off by the way, guys. Okay, we have one call right now. Ready to get their question answered. Area code 484 caller. Please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Yeah, my name is MP. I got a call from George, and then I followed up your 7 steps.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Say it again one more time. And how did you hear about us, you said?
MP.
How do you spell that?
On that Facebook and John Bannister's website, I had that reference for
I can barely hear him.
And then I went through the 7 steps.
Can you get close to the microphone? We can barely hear you, my friend.
Can you hear me now?
Get close to the microphone. Say your name slowly. Spell it, please.
Okay. So from John Bannister's website, I got your reference, and then I went through your 7 steps, and I filled out all the forms. I'm ready to send to the senators. But I have one question.
Okay, what is your first name? Say your name. First name again slowly, please. I want to call you. Sound like empty, but your name is not empty, I'm sure. But sound like empty to me. Could you please say it again slowly?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. What is your name? Yes. What should I call you, my friend? What is your first name? Hello? Are you there? I don't hear him for some reason. Are you there, my friend? One more chance. Speak up. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay. All right. I can't hear you for some reason. I don't know what happened to you, but I'll come back to you, okay? You have a sound problem, a connection problem, internet problem, maybe fix it and call back, okay? And try. I want to get your question, my friend, okay? Sorry about the internet problem you're having connecting. Okay, we have right now 3 other callers that just called in. I'm going to go to them. Area code 813 caller, then a 916 area code caller, followed by a 601 area code caller. 813 area code caller, please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
First name is Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know where I heard, somewhere online.
Okay. And how may I help you?
I've downloaded the website and put it on my home screen and kind of went through a few of the steps and kind of read up a little bit. But I'm just wondering if, it's still important to send in letters and things like that still.
Absolutely. Yes, you need to send those petitions to your congressman, which are available for free on our website, freedomlawschool.org. It's your right, it's your duty, it's your protection to send them to congressmen. All 3 of them by certified mail. Okay, Jason?
I went in on the app for my work and did exempt from income taxes, so it's exempt right now. But I'm just making sure it's good to still send the forms.
Yes, it is. But have you sent a petition
I know.
to Congressman yet about income tax? And we have 3 petitions on our website. Have you sent them to Congressman yet?
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yes. Please do.
Because I know that the IRS is like falling apart and stuff, but I don't know.
Yes.
I just want to do it the safe way,
Yes. What's holding the system together is employers being deceived, and they steal from the employees, and they send that withholding to the IRS. And it's way to force you to file a confession form, put the rope on your neck to get a little bit of that money back.
Yeah, I haven't filed taxes in the last 2 years because I found out everything about it, that it's voluntary and all this stuff. And so it's been 2 years now. This will be the 3rd year that I haven't paid anything. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody even left in the damn IRS, but I still want to send anything I need to just to feel safer,
Mm-hmm. I understand, my friend.
Yeah.
I understand, Jason.
I can find out all the information on the website on what forms to send congressmen and all that.
All that is for free at freedomlawschool.org. If you have any questions, feel free to call us. We're happy to guide you at 813-444-4800.
All right, 444-4800.
813-444-4800. We open from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. Eastern Time Zone weekdays, and Saturdays, from 10 to 5. 813-444-4800.
4800.
And Saturdays we open from 11 to 5 Eastern Time Zone.
All right, sounds good. That's awesome.
All right, Jason.
I'm glad you're doing this for everybody.
Thank you, my brother.
What everybody needs.
Glad you're doing it for you and your family in America. Good.
All right, awesome. Well, have a good night.
Thank you. Same with you. Same with you, Jason. Let's go to our 916 area code caller. Please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hi, this is Frank. I saw you on X about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I followed your plan. I didn't join Freedom Law School, but I sent the letters, and I got a couple letters from IRS saying you didn't file your tax return. And then about 3 months ago, they sent me a letter saying you owe this money. And now I just got a notice of deficiency letter from them.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 years, they sent me the notice of deficiency.
Okay. For what years? What amounts?
It's for 2023, and I owe them $45,000 for tax liability. And then all of a sudden they have like failure to file penalty, fail to pay penalty, fail to pay proper estimated tax and interest rate and interest charges. So now it's $70,000.
Okay.
And part of that, I mean, it's all from, they sent me a 1099 from Etsy. So they broke everything up for that. They just put all their fees in there, all the shipping, and I didn't make the money on that, of course, but.
Okay. Well, I wish you had joined the Restore Freedom Plan, my friend, at that time, because you had been 100% protected without paying us any extra money. But now, you have to join our Restore Freedom Plan anyways. We'll do our best. We'll help you and add an extra charge to help you with the situation for 2023. Okay, you can join for 2024 now, 25 now, no problem. We'll protect you all those years. For 24, 25, and forward, you have our 100% guarantee as a Restore Freedom Plan member. Anything like this comes up, they claim you owe them $70,000 like here. $70 million, doesn't matter. Not only will we do all the work, but if you lose and they take your money, we will give you whatever IRS took from you. We'll reimburse you out of our pocket $70,000 or $70 million, doesn't matter. So what you want to do is you join Restore Freedom Plan right now. I'm sorry you didn't do it earlier, but better late than never, because we'll do our best for you, but with no guarantee. Okay? Do that, and Let's see what we can do to protect you, and from now on, you're going to be fully protected. We'll limit the damage, whatever that may be, minimize it or make it go away, and from now on, you'll be going forward with a guarantee and safety for you and your family. All right, Frank?
Okay. So I'll call you tomorrow then.
Call, talk to anybody at Freedom Law School, yes. You know all about joining and about what you got here. There'll be extra charge for this thing. When you join, send that along with your application by mail or email or fax. Either way, get that to us. Let us know you have this pre-existing case. They'll be able to review and assist you in, either eliminating this problem or minimizing it. But remember this. You have a right to challenge this proposal. You do not owe the IRS anything at all, Frank. See, as a non-filer, you never confessed to owe the IRS anything like you do when you file a 1040 income tax confession form. Here,
so
hold on, let me finish.
Finish
Now, get your question. Here, they give you the proposal. You have 9 days or 3 months to challenge it. The challenge tax court may take 1, 2, 3 years or longer because you can appeal it also to the Court of Appeal. Meanwhile, they cannot touch you. And even if we were to lose, you get many more years after that, perhaps 2, 3, 5, 7 years or more, because IRS has to send you a collection due process hearing opportunity letter. Will give you a chance to ask for a hearing that you should ask for by law, and to make a payment plan or other choices you may have. Appeal out to tax court and appeal out to the Court of Appeal also. And the IRS may never come after you for that money anyways, because they're so disorganized and lazy. The tax simply may expire after 10 years when a tax court case gets done, and they get nothing at all anyways. So it doesn't mean you're done at all. It means you have all these rights and possibilities of challenging them, even if you're not a Restore Freedom Plan member, which if you were, you would have been 100% protected. But that's okay. We'll do our best given what you got right now. Now, what was your question, Frank?
I mean, what if I never sign a form again for my life? I mean,
great.
Is that
good? You'll be free the rest of your life.
All right. All right, I'll talk to you later then, Payman.
You got it, my friend. Thanks for reaching out and calling us, my friend. See, folks, they will leave alone more than 99% of people that don't file. Because remember, there's about 80+ million non-filers, okay? Wow. The IRS filed in 2025 because I've been harping on American people. They're leaving you alone. They're coming after a very small numbers of them, very tiny numbers. Because remember, 80 million Americans don't file, and have only about 30 U.S. tax court judges. There's no way they can handle all these cases. They just can't physically handle all these cases. So, but they're coming after very small numbers to show that, we go after some people. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And those few that contact us are just fine. I'm happy to help you all, love you all, and educate you and protect you as best as we can. But remember, the best thing if you want to be safe and with a guarantee, which is your option, is to join together the Restore Freedom Plan, which is what? Basically, what you would have otherwise paid the IRS, keep 70% of it for yourself. It's primarily your money. You work hard for it. The other 30%, you contribute to the Restore Freedom Plan. All of you do that. There's lots of money in this pool to pay for the lawyers, all the help, to protect you. You pay nothing to attorneys. We do. And if they ever take your money by force, $50,000 or $50 million out of this pool of money that everybody contributed, 30% of what they would have paid the IRS, we'll reimburse you. So keep that in your mind if you're really interested in being part of restoring freedom in America. Yes, you can feel good that you're part of the right thing. Okay? Take us out of Egypt, folks. Let's go be free of Egypt. You can do that, but you got to make that choice. All right, Frank. Thank you for your question. You're good for right now, Frank? That's it?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome, brother. All right, we have, let's see, Erica 601 caller disappeared for right now. Maybe he'll be back later on, but we do have a caller from area code 405. Let's see, and that's it right now, correct? Yep, okay. 405 area code caller. Please give me your first name.
Hello.
Yes, my friend. Yeah, I heard about us, and give us your question afterwards.
Yeah, so my name's Kenny, and oddly, man, I heard about you when I used to live in L.A. years ago, and I guess I was just not educated enough and too scared and stupid to move forward with what you were teaching. But yeah, so I heard about you quite a few years ago, and it's good to know that you're still out there and helping people.
Thank you, my friend. You heard about me through friends or online? You said many years ago. That's over 10 years ago, over 20 years ago. Is that what you mean?
Well, I'm trying to remember how I exactly heard about you, but I had a friend years ago that I want to say he was dating your sister at some point. I worked in the film business for quite some time.
Okay.
And when I was in L.A., I was in the union, Hollywood Sit.
That was over 20 years ago. Okay, gotcha. No problem, Kenny. How old are you now?
It was. What's that?
How old are you now? That was over 20 years ago.
Man, I'm 65 now, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it's like I'm kicking myself in the butt right now, going, man, because I've done a lot of other studying since then. I just wasn't educated enough. I heard this and heard that. I also went through a period of doing some real stupid stuff and getting involved in the OID stuff, and it got me into a little. I didn't get in real trouble, but it got me kind of bound up for a little while. And then I was convinced that, I don't want to listen to any of these gurus anymore. And, I went on the straight and narrow, left L.A. back in like 2009 and went back to Texas and spent a lot of time there and then Oklahoma. But anyway, yeah, it's just for lack of knowledge, well, I forget what the biblical scripture is about lack of knowledge, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, I had a buddy that I might have heard about you from him, a guy named Brady. He was, I think he either knew or dated your sister at some point. Do you remember him? Do you know a guy named Brady?
No, but that's okay. Go ahead, my friend. Tell me about your question.
Yeah,
What's in your mind, Kenny?
Anyway, let me get to the question so somebody else can jump on. This one's a simple one. So I'm getting to the point of looking at whether I want to retire or not. And I just wanted to make sure, knowing that the IRS does collections and whatnot for the SSA, they're kind of connected at the hip or something, the IRS and the Social Security Administration. So my question is, if I go ahead and start filing for Social Security benefits and I become a non-filer, am I going to have a problem with the IRS refusing to send out Social Security payments?
No, they're separate. Well, the Social Security pays out, it has nothing to do with what you put in or filing tax returns. You're fine.
So there's really no need to have a concern about that.
Nope.
Okay. That was it, man. I don't know where I'm at on that exactly yet. I'm still kind of sorting it out, whether I want to do it now or wait another year or two or what, but I may do some more work in between now. Now I might do both. I could be working and doing that and drawing. So that was it, man. So I appreciate it, and you got a great website set up. I already understand the beginning processes, or the beginning process with the petitions. I get that part, and then I'll figure out at some point. I'll sort out joining your program or whatnot, because I think I recall you said that if someone joins your freedom program or whatever, and if I was to have problems later, you guys help with that, right? If I had IRS issues later,
we guarantee it. We do all the work. We guarantee it.
Okay. Because I know they're not going to just give up, if once I start not filing after having been a tax slave for so long and so brainwashed. That's the biggest problem we have, is especially guys my age or older, were totally brainwashed to believe all this crap. Then it's hard to learn how to believe something else that's reality. I've read all the codes and everything you've got on the site, and I know it's all legit. So, and I've done a bunch of the research since years ago, so I absolutely know that everything you're saying is reality. So, all right, well, that answers it, buddy. Well, it was good, and I think I might have even met you two at one point. One of the Granada Forum.
Well, come to Florida, meet me again. Okay. I used to live in California, too, in the L.A. area, and I escaped there 12 years ago. Come to free state of Florida.
Oh, has it been that long? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I used to go out there to the Granada Forum. You might have spoken, did something out there one time, too. Remember they used to have Granada Forum?
Oh, yeah. That was 30 years ago.
Talk about... and I met Ted Gunderson at Granada Forum as well.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. All right, brother. Well, thanks, man. Let me get off here and let you move on to somebody else.
You're welcome, my friend. Thank you for your support. Finally call us. I'm glad you finally, got into this freedom movement in a way to not OID silly stuff, but the stuff that actually works. You can be free. Stop filing income tax. Let's go to two more callers who just joined us. One from area code 520 and another one from area code 303. 52 area code caller, please give me your first name. I heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hi, Paimon. My name's Brian.
Speak up, please. Brian, you said?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Brian. And how did you hear about Freedom Law School?
Hey, I've actually known about you for years, but I never had the stones to do it. I just wanted to be a good slave, so I just kept paying. But I just found you again recently, and you're in my home state of Florida now, so I've been watching all your videos.
How did you get to us this time?
What was that? I'm sorry.
How did you reach Freedom Law School recently?
Just online. There was I think it was an Instagram. Someone just put out there that you can file these petitions. This company does this for free, and it was you. And I was like, oh, I remember that guy. And from then, I've been watching everything.
Okay.
And, thank you. It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. You're welcome, my friend. So how can I help you, Brian?
So okay, I own a business, and I have a lot of 1099 contractors. I don't have any, and I've got my wife and myself as W-2 employees. When I stop filing, do I stop giving all these employees? I don't need to give them 1099s anymore, right?
Hold on. You said you have your business and you have employees. You have many 1099 independent contractors. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can stop that right away.
All right, good. That's good news. All right. Now, how about Social Security and Medicare taxes? Do those still need to come out?
Nope. If they're independent contractors, you're not even supposed to withhold any or steal any money out of their paycheck for Social Security anyway. So what do you mean? You have no employees, you have independent contractors. I'm confused. You have employees also that you take out Social Security out of the paycheck? How many of those you got? And how many independent contractors you have that you 1099?
I have myself as a W-2 and my wife as a W-2. And we're the only ones that have been paying taxes, all my 1099s, the money comes in and goes right to them.
Gotcha.
I don't withhold anything from them.
Because you were sold on the subchapter S corporation, you pay yourself a little bit of money, like maybe $50,000 a year. You pay only payroll Social Security tax only on that. The rest you get paid a dividend as an S corp. You only pay income tax on that. You don't pay on that any FICA Social Security taxes to reduce that. That's how they got you in that scam. I got you. That's
exactly
stop.
it.
Yep, stop altogether.
Okay.
Don't need any of that stuff. You could be a corporation or not. You don't need all those games at all. You can be just free.
Oh, okay. That's good news. All right, so I'm going to join Freedom Law School for sure. And I'm just wondering, should I file for 2025 since I overpaid this year? I know I overpaid.
You can do that for the last time if you want to, if you overpaid a lot. One last time, do it, and then no more taking anything out of your paycheck. No more W-2 withholding. No more W-2 at all for you and your wife. No W-4 for you and your wife. No W-2. No nothing. Send them nothing at all. No 1099 to your contractors. Just from now on, be completely free and expand your business, because now you are unburdened of all this paperwork hassle and all the income tax that's making you poor. Let it be extra money for your savings to invest in yourself, your family, or your business.
I love it. All right, I'm going to do it. I got one more quick question for you. I'll let you go. So my wife has an oil well in Texas, and she gets a dividend check every month. Is that taxable?
No more than what you make mowing someone's lawn or printer or plumber. Because remember, it's not the kind of money she makes. It's where is it from. Is the money from the country of the District of Columbia? You have to pay income tax on that.
No.
If it's from France, pay French taxes. From Italy, pay Italian taxes. You're from the country of Texas. You're free. You don't have to pay anything to a foreign country in France or D.C. Your wife also.
Thanks, Paimon. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, my friend. My pleasure. Thanks for asking, Brian. Okay, we have more callers joining us after 303 area code caller. We have a 501 area code caller, followed by a 717 area code caller. So 303 area code caller, please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question.
Hello, Payman. My name is Andrew.
And how did you hear about Freedom Law School, Andrew?
I actually called in last week. I heard about you through the Robert Breedlove show and the Redacted podcast, I think, simultaneously.
Okay, very good. And how can I help you?
So my question this week, you helped answer some of my questions about state taxes and where to look up info about that on your website last week. And matter of fact, I actually just sent off my petition to Congress for the federal income tax today, so I'm excited to get that going and started. But regarding the state tax, I'm kind of wondering what my best course of action is in Colorado. If I should continue to file with just my normal, what would be my taxable income, or if I should report or if I don't file at all, or if I should potentially file a zero return. Do you have a best practice advice for states like Colorado?
I do not recommend a zero income tax return, or some people do Form 4852 to get money back from the IRS. Not that it doesn't work. Sometimes it can and actually does work. Urban Shift did that. Lady Merrill did that back in 1990s, back in early 2000 years, and many others. Okay, right now people do the 4852 form. But guess what? Many times it also does not work. Okay, at other times, not only does not work, you make yourself target. The IRS comes after you for taxes. In addition, some of the times, in addition to all that stuff, the IRS also will come after you with $5,000
right there, real quick, if I could.
Penalty for doing.
I wanted to ask specifically about the state filing.
States not sometimes, but if you do zero return with the state, okay, I haven't thought about that with the state of Colorado. I don't know, honestly, because I mainly deal with California because I live there. They're very aggressive. I'm not sure how Colorado will treat a zero tax return. Okay, are you an employee or independent contractor?
W-2 employee.
I'm not sure how they would react to that. I honestly don't know. I don't have enough experience with all the 42 states that have a state income tax to tell you, I've done many times this state and that state, how they react. It may work, may not work. We'll see. I still wouldn't file at all. That's what I would do. But you can file zero return if you want and experiment if you want to take a chance. Go ahead. It's up to you. But remember, by law, you don't have to, because if it's zero income by their own laws, you don't have to file state income tax either.
Right. Okay. And the last part of the question is, if I were to file what I would normally file for the 1040 for the state income tax return, would that potentially legally implicate me negatively because I filled out that state form as such? Does that make sense?
Implicate you how? What do you mean?
So if I file a state tax return with a non-zero, I would normally do, would that be some sort of legal admission that I owed the same, to the IRS in the federal return, because it's derived based off of the same definition in the IRS code?
Well, if you file a zero return, no, because you're saying my IRS is zero, therefore my state is zero, I'll put zero return on there. But if you don't file, that's fine also, that's just the same. But I just don't like to sign.
I'm saying that if I were to file a non-zero.
If you put a non-zero, then yes, you could potentially say, well, I owe the federal, but I'm not filing that one, I'm filing with the state. You could do that if you want to. Some people do that with aggressive states like California, and then New York, and Wisconsin. Colorado is not that aggressive. It's not that passive either. It's kind of middle of the road state, just average. So I cannot give you an exact answer on that, brother. I wish I could give you an estimate, but it's just not a black and white thing,
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm just trying to weigh the pros and cons, and it sounds like there's no extreme negative or legal implication that affects the federal return if I just file the state return non-zero. That's kind of what I was worried about. If that would be riskier, because I'm saying one thing in the federal return and different thing in the state return, But
the states and federal government technically can talk to each other, but they practically do not do that. They're so disorganized, they don't have time to talk to each other about cases.
Okay.
So they can't talk to each other,
you answered my
but
question
very, very
as best you
unlikely.
could.
Just like you can die in a car accident next week or tomorrow. You can die in a car accident. 50,000 Americans die every year in car accidents. So I can guarantee you'll not die in a car accident. I guarantee you, because though you filed with the state, IRS may not find out about it. But it's very, very, very unlikely.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, my friend. That's the can question they ask. You know this, guys? They say, can this happen? Can that happen, right? Yeah, a lot of things can happen. Just because something can happen doesn't mean it's going to happen. I could die of a car heart attack in a minute from now. I can, but very, very unlikely. I take care of myself, okay? Pay attention to my health. Don't eat garbage foods, right? Eat good food. Try to get rest. A little exercise, not enough, but I get some. More than most, my age. Anyhow, we have right now 2 more callers from area code 501 and area code 717. By the way, just for interesting news, you guys might have heard or not, you heard of R.F. Kennedy Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who ran for president. Now he's the head of the Health and Human Services, the biggest department in the U.S. government. He just inverted the food pyramid. They used to tell you, you should eat all the grains and cereal and rice and bread and crackers and pretzels and Cheetos, donuts should be your base of your diet, and your meat and saturated fat should be at the top a little bit. They just inverted that. You should be eating meats, eggs, seafood, red meat, and chicken, everything, and grass-fed beef, and pasture-raised chicken, and wild seafood. It's on the screen. We put it up there. Yes, check us out. New people, we should eat that stuff. And dairy, good dairy, full fat dairy, saturated fats, okay, and vegetables and fruits, okay, less fruits and vegetables than protein and fats that build your body. You cannot build the body with an apple or banana, okay, or carrots or lettuce, okay. At the bottom, of course, is the least what you should have, which is whole grains and sugars. Remember, sugar is also derived primarily from what? Beets and corn, which are vegetables. So we've been lied to about so many things, folks. You got to start eating good food, okay? You know, so here, go to westonaprice.org. Put that on the website when you get a chance. westonaprice.org for the best nutritional advice. Dr. Price found the keys to health of people, native people found in the 1930s. They had no diseases, no sicknesses, no diabetes, no gout, no cancer. So go there and learn the principles of healthy diets that natives did and always have done, and the modern man got away from. Let's get back to it. Okay, westonaprice.org, WESTONA price.org. Okay. With that free advice, because I love y'all, I want you to be healthy and free. Let's go. Let's see. We got 501 area code caller. Give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Yes. Am I online?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Rhonda. And my question is, well, I've got a couple. How far back does the IRS go? Do they go back to audit you? Do they have a time limit that they can't audit you after?
First of all, Rhonda, how did you hear about Freedom Law School?
I found you, I saw you, a friend sent it to me on a video, and we watched it. And, of course, we were looking into all these other ways to, where the government is misleading us anyway. And then later on, I ran into it again, and I saw Joe and listened to him, and then we started watching and studying. And what you had to say, it took a while for it to sink in. Mm-hmm. And we are going to, last year we went ahead and filed because we were going to get some money back. This year we did not file. And I guess I should ask this question first. When is the deadline to sign up for this year? We were waiting because we didn't want to sign up and have half a year waiting that we knew we wouldn't be able to use you.
You can sign up with the Restore Freedom Plan right now.
Yes, but when's the deadline? Because I want to make sure I'm getting a whole year's worth.
Well, it doesn't make a difference, really.
2025.
It makes no difference because, you need to. You make a decision. You divorce the federal government, the crooks, the criminals, the deep state, forever, and join America's modern-day founding fathers, like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, and so on. Every year, you choose. You don't have to do it. You choose to keep 70% of what you would have paid to the swamp, to the IRS, for you and your family.
We've already chosen.
So you do it every year, whether you do it in January or March or April, doesn't matter. You want to do it right as soon as you can. Have those petitions mailed to your congressman right away.
Okay.
Only once.
You
need to do that.
I'm going to get you to do that this first year.
Right.
And therefore, my second question is, how far back do they go to audit you? Do they have a time limit? We've always gone by the law and wanted to do our taxes right. I don't think they can go after us, but they might. But, in all good conscience, we've abided by it. But I still wonder how far back do they have before they can't call me in for an audit?
Okay. First of all, there's no such thing as calling you for an audit if you don't file. Even if when you file, you don't have to put up with audits. They have to send you a notice of deficiency by a law, which gives you a chance to challenge the IRS's tax proposal in a U.S. tax court. Okay? Now, technically, IRS can come after non-filers. Hold on. Let me answer your question. Forever. You didn't file 50 years ago, they can technically come after you for not filing 50 years ago. But as a matter of practice, IRS is unable to go back usually before 5-6 years. You know, I've seen very rare cases. Maybe they've been back maybe 10 years at most. I've seen that. Okay, but generally speaking, they go back maybe 3 to 5 years. Okay?
Great. All right. Well, we will be contacting you and signing up. We appreciate what all you do for America and for us taxpayers.
Well, you're no longer going to be a taxpayer. You'll be free. You'll be anything a non-taxpayer because you were never a taxpayer to begin with. So they use that term taxpayer. Think about it, Rhonda. They use the term taxpayer to deceive us to think as a slave that we're supposed to pay tax. They deliberately use that terminology. Just like, oh, aren't you for gender affirming care? Well, gee, of course. It's nice to affirm someone's gender. Rhonda, you're a woman. Pamela, I'm a man. I affirm your gender. That's a wonderful sounding thing. But in reality, the way they define it, that is chemical and physical mutilation and castration of people. See, that's what they do. So be careful not to use the words. You were never a slave, never a taxpayer. You're always a free man or woman. So thank you for calling, Rhonda. I appreciate you. Okay, we have no calls on the screen right now. The 717 area code caller left. Got tired. You're welcome. My pleasure to meet you, Rhonda.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have a question, call right now. Otherwise, I'm going to go to questions online that people have sent. Probably you can send up to 10 pages of letters from the government agencies, IRS, state tax agencies. I'll answer it for free for you every Tuesday night. Get it to us by email, by fax, mail, and let us know. You send it to us. We have to check our email, make sure we have it. For the Freedom Hour, I'll answer your questions. Okay? So, but right now, the number to call, if you have a question, is 424-552-1299. Then you press 1 on your telephone keypad to get your question answered. Again, the number to call is 424-552-1299. Then you press 1 on your telephone keypad, and I will take your question now. Okay? Before somebody calls, do you have any questions online, guys? Yeah. Well, let's see. Somebody says, Steve Hirschwan, Paymont, I am part of this new group that has over 25,000 new members in past 2 weeks. You should join and share your info so people can join your program. It is a federal income tax strike Facebook group. Please tell me, why haven't you called my office yet? I will join right away, my friend. Thank you, guys. If you have information about other groups out there online or physically that we should be in front of, talk with, share. Of course, we'll love to work with them, okay? And meanwhile, you can post our videos out there, post our Restore Freedom brochures out there, our website, you know. Give them the opportunity to live free, but we'll definitely join that group and put us in touch with the leaders. We can contribute whatever we can to have them be free and not slaves of the federal government. Okay. Any more questions on there? Okay, no? All right, guys, no more questions. The number one more time. If you have a question is 424-552-1299 and press 1 to be connected. Again, number is 424-552-1299 and press 1. We do have a caller right now joining from area code 704. 704 caller, please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please. Turn your computer down so you don't have echo from your computer. I can hear myself.
Hey, Payman, this is Steve Hirsch. I just put that post there about the Facebook group.
Okay. So you're good, Steve? You have no questions right now?
No, I was just saying I was the one that posted about the Facebook group that you should join.
Okay. Okay.
So that you can just get more exposure out about your program, I think.
Great,
it's
great.
a really fast-growing group.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Thanks for letting us. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your love and thinking about us. And American people will definitely join them and get our message out there, brother. Thank you. All right. Looks like that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Steve, for calling. Nobody with any more questions online or with questions? We do have a question online. We got some questions online, folks. Let's see. How's it going? Okay. Andrew Fuller 7942 asks a question. What is he saying? Let's see what his question. How do I protect my property? Well, that's easy. If you want to protect your property, you join the Restore Freedom Plan. That's it. If you want to be with a guarantee, well, first, if you don't file any more for income tax confession forms on your own. So you can do it on your own, and you should be better than 99% plus. You should be just fine. But if you want that guarantee, you join the Restore Freedom Plan, and you get the guarantee 100%. IRS will not take any of your stuff by force. If they do, Freedom Law School, out of our funds, will reimburse you whatever IRS took from you and make you whole. All right? And again, go to our website, freedomlawsuit.org. That's where you want to be. If you haven't been there, that's where you want to go. And where's our homepage here on this page? Let's see. Yep. It doesn't come up for some reason. I don't know why. Here we go. Yep, here we go. That's it. freedomlawschool.org. That's where you want to go. All right, we have another question, it looks like, from Freedom. How do you mean exact? Let's see. What's the question again? Oh, do you have any ideas or heard success stories of people stopping the payment of property taxes? No, Steve. I wish I could tell you I knew of any. I do not know of any. It's property tax is a foundational tax that built America, founding fathers' time, going to West. I remember I was in a museum in San Diego, California, about close to about 30 years ago, and the curator of the museum told me that that was about like 1848, around that time. They had the one room was a post office, the courthouse, the jail, everything was in one place, and they taxed you based upon how many drawers you had in your house. That's right. Drawers. Why would it tax drawers? Because bringing a wagon was so expensive. You have to have horse and wagon to put your drawer. So figure that the more drawers you have, the richer you are. So that's how it was done, in those times. But it's got out of control. I agree with you. Property taxes, probably that's why one reason I like Florida. It has low home values and average tax rates. So it's low property tax, no state income tax. It's a number one free state, number one tax-free state in the whole United States. So just consider moving to Florida if you can. All right. Steve also asks that I'm currently in litigation with my county. It got dismissed and now going to appeals court. If that doesn't work, going to convert title to land patent. Well, I've heard about land patent. Yes, I certainly have heard about that over 30 years, Steve. Okay. And that, as far as I know, does work, can work, if you got your land patent directly from the federal government. But that hasn't happened now in America for over 80 years, 100 years now. There's no more land patents given by government to people because, West was conquered, right? By late 1800s, all the land was passed out to somebody. So the land patent does not get passed on to the new owners. That's what I understand my research on that topic is. So if you want to do that, my friend, let me know if it works for you. I would let everybody else know. But I would suggest that if you don't pay property tax, put that money aside. So in case push comes to shove and they're going to take your property, you can pay the tax and don't lose your home. Okay? All right. I think that's it. Any more questions, guys? All right, everybody. Thank you very much for taking your time being with me. Remember, I created Freedom Law School for you to be free just like me. It happens through education. Educate yourself. And then everybody around you who love. You love your family members first. Then your friends, coworkers, people in your community. Text them. Email them about Freedom Law School. We mail you our brochures at no charge to you. Call us 813-444-4800. Okay? Leave them at dentist offices, mechanics offices, any place the people congregate. Give them a chance to be free. And hopefully together we can have you be free and America be a free country once again.